Welcome to another episode of Spotlight on Stage. I Love Manchester's online theatre magazine show. I'm Michelle Eagleton, the arts and culture correspondent, and if you love theatre as much as I do, you are in the right place. Stay with me. I have got a fantastic show for you, which explores all the brilliant productions coming to Lowry this year. Yes, I have done all the groundwork for you. I caught up with the head of theatres, Matt Eames, and here he is with a sneak peek of some of those shows that are for 2025. It's always great to catch up with you, Matt, at the beginning of the year, just to kind of get us excited for what 2025 is bringing us. And I've got to say, there are some great productions coming to Lowry.
Yes, it's 25 is going to be. I think I say this every year, and I'm not lying to myself or to you or anyone else, but 25 is looking a bit special, and we're kicking off things in style. Obviously, we've already got Inspector Calls in the building. It's doing great guns, and people are loving it. But yeah, there's some real special highlights coming up, and it'd be good to tell you all about them.
Well, absolutely. I actually went to see Inspector Calls last week. It was incredible. The set is amazing. The actors, fantastic. So tell us a little bit then, firstly, about some of the dance, because you've got some great productions that are coming our way.
Yeah, as a building, we've had a long relationship with Carlos Acosta, who's obviously a world famous dancer, and his company Acosta Danza is returning to Lowry and bringing Nutcracker in Havana, so that's 27th to 28th of January, and so very soon. Spectacular. It's already had amazing reviews from its performances in London, and it's everything you would expect from the story of Nutcracker, the kind of festive favorite, but set in summertime Cuba. And it will deliver everything that people want from a spectacular dance production from Carlos Costa.
I like that. And I like the fact there's a bit of a twist because we are in that slump in January as well, where we feel a little bit jaded. We're missing the Christmas. We've still got then a little bit of that festive effect, but we're also looking forward to summer. I think that sounds great. Is he coming back again? Have we got another kind of taste of him, or have we got another dance production coming?
That's right. So, of course, Carlos now also is artistic director of Birmingham Royal Ballet, one of our partner companies who return every year. And this year they're bringing Cinderella. So not his production, it's David Bintley's classic production of Cinderella. And, as we often find in this kind of time of year, people want to try something new. If you haven't tried ballet before, then this is your perfect production. Classic ballet production of Cinderella. Everything that you wish from a ballet production and a production of Cinderella all in one. We can't wait. So that's 6th to the 8th of March, a bit longer for that one, but Cinderella coming up soon.
Definitely worth the wait. And I do think it is nice to, if you haven't experienced dance at the theatre and you're thinking it's not for me, I challenge that. I think you need to try it because honestly, I watched over Christmas and the New Year a couple of ballets that were on the television, and I was like, it is incredible the talent that they have, the movement, the flow, the music, the set, and everything. And I think if you're seeing it in a live capacity, wow, that's even more, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the spectacle that it brings, and the orchestra, and the times we live in, it's increasingly difficult for companies to bring huge productions and huge orchestras and huge kind of that classic big sets, and this really is kind of a step back into that world, and I think people always are captivated, and I think it's a great first step into something new if ballet isn't something you've tried before. And of course, people who know it well, I think it's like slipping on a nice pair of slippers
or a nice pair of ballet shoes.
Indeed.
It is escapism, but also escapism is drama at the theatre, and you've got plenty of it coming up in 2025, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, large-scale drama is something we do really well. We've got obviously big relationships with organisations like National Theatre who visit us regularly, but There's also lots to look forward to. Sharky's Broken is probably the first of the big ones to come, and I love this production. I saw it in the West End. It's really fantastic. And I've seen Jaws, yes, but I'm not a huge fan. It's not something I watch obsessively. But it delivers for fans. I think you'll get lots of little nuggets and Easter eggs in there that people kind of enjoy. But it's a great piece of drama because it's all about the relationships between the three actors at the time, particularly Robert Shaw and his son. Ian Shaw is the person who's written it, and he plays his father.
Wow.
His father, and it's remarkable. It really is. It's uncanny his ability to obviously take on his father's personality, and his father was struggling with a lot of demons at the time. He was an alcoholic, and he was dealing with that while stuck on a boat waiting for this huge mechanical shark to work. And you've got this kind of, you've got the young actor, the sort of very solid American archetype who's trying to keep the peace, and then you've got this kind of crazy British guy who's full of demons. So, and everything that brings between them, it's funny, it's spectacular. It's brilliant.
I think it'll be fascinating. I do like to know what goes on behind the scenes of these. There's quite a few documentaries around at the moment where it kind of shows you, the making of things. And I think this is literally from the horse's mouth,
Yeah.
and to have the son playing the dad. I think that would be amazing. What I love about you though, Matt, is you do get so passionate about these productions. And you said there you saw it in the West End, and I feel, every year I say this, but you do have a vision for bringing just those incredible shows to Salford.
Absolutely. I think it's really important. And this is a classic example of something that might not otherwise tour. If there are organized, there aren't buildings like Lowry and a handful of others, then a show like this, there's a little bit of risk attached to it. So, I saw it in the West End. We have a really good, strong relationship with the producers, and we think, let's do it. And it's really important then that audiences outside of London can and do come and see it.
I love it. And you go from, those ones that we may not have heard of before to ones that are quite in the public eye. Girl on a Train. I mean, everybody nearly read that book. It was a staple in our house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And so we've had this before, but it was probably pandemic times around, certainly, at times when theatre was coming back or just before. And it's brilliant to have it back in the building. And wow, it's people are, ready for it, it seems, because if you haven't got your tickets yet, you really need to get on with it, because it's selling fantastically well. It's based on a famous novel that, as you say, lots of people have read. People know the production, people know the story of the, watching through a window of a couple, and then suddenly something happens, or something possibly happens, and it's a real classic thriller. So, and
I didn't get to see it last time, so I'm really excited to see how this transfers onto stage. And as a person who's read the book, you're almost kind of hoping that it's going to be as good as the book. But hey, we've got Giovanna Fletcher in
indeed,
the lead role. That's a big name.
it is, and it's really. I think we're having some different, people touring, which is really good
Mm.
to see. And I think it's always nice to see someone on stage, and I'm sure that's a big reason why people are attracted to the show as well. It's great to have Giovanna.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so next up, what have we got? What's on your list for drama?
Well, we've got in the Keys Theatre, we've got Coming to England as well, which is based on Floella Benjamin's early life of moving from Trinidad to. It's based on a children's book, and it has been turned into a TV drama as well. Lovely story, obviously a story that in the Windrush generation and everything we know about that is well told. But Floella being Floella, and anyone who remembers play school, and I just about do. Yeah, me too. We'll have fond memories of her, but yeah, we're certainly seeing a strong take up from schools who are really interested in that story as well. So yeah, really looking forward to that. That's early in February, 5th to 9th of February in the Keys, and then that's followed very. I mean, with Girl on Train with Shark is Broken, we also have the big spectacle and kind of thriller epic ghost stories coming in March, end of February, March as well. So that will give everyone who just wants that kind of fun experience and thrills in a theatre. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll
Oh,
be.
tell us more about ghost stories for anyone who hasn't, heard about it.
I mean, this again, early West End, probably 7 or 8 years ago. It's created by Jeremy Dyson, who was one of the League of Gentlemen, and Andy Nyman, who helps make Darren Brown's big shows, works with Darren Brown on his shows. It's got that classic setup of a professor who is trying to debunk the idea of paranormal things and hauntings, and of course things start to get a bit spooky, and those ideas are challenged. So there are people say, the quotes say, I had to sleep with the lights on, and that they were genuinely scared, so yeah, it's a fun one. Well, I think people have a great time.
I love that. Do you know what? And again, that goes back to the fact I don't think you can get that feeling so much when you are watching something on telly. But if you're in the theatre, you're absorbing it. You are kind of there and immersed, and you're getting all those feelings. I will never forget the first time I saw The Woman in Black
Yeah,
on the stage, and then that stayed with me for a long time. So I might have to kind of get nerves of steel for that one, Matt, if I come to see ghost stories.
yeah, come with someone because you'll be grabbing their
Okay.
hands. Yeah.
I will do. So any more dramas that we should mention? I know that you've got loads of other big productions coming up as well.
That's right. So throughout the years, we look a bit further ahead. We've got the return of Pride and Prejudice, sort of, which is great fun.
That was so good. It's really hilarious,
Yeah,
whether or not you've read the book. I just think you literally just have a thrill the whole time. You end up with a big smile on your face at the end.
yeah. They deliver it in such kind of style. There's big, for those who are not aware, you do get the classic story, but it is, yeah, lots of big pop songs hit you, and yeah, it's party time.
Yeah, it's Austin as you'll never have seen Austin before.
Quite. Yeah. And then we've got Handbagged as well, and on the drama front, which is a lovely drama about the imagined conversations between the Queen and Margaret Thatcher during her term in office. And it's a comedy. It's yeah, and it is a fictional kind of account of what might have happened. But yeah, that's with us in the end of March, 18th to the 22nd of March, and that's part of our relationship with Theatre Nation partnerships run by the National Theatre. National Theatre will be returning. I mean, perhaps the thing we're all really excited about is Dear England.
Ah.
Which will be with us from the end of May for a month, or over a month. So yeah, which is the big story of the turnaround in England's fortunes, thanks to Gareth Southgate and the letter he wrote to the nation, starting Dear England. So yeah,
I know, and when I spoke to the writer of this, who is a massive football fan,
yeah,
he was saying about kind of reflecting on it after the present football action that was happening last year, and I don't know if there'll be any changes made, any additions that
yeah.
might go on.
Yeah, I think that's true, and yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how obviously we got to the final,
Yeah.
so it was not quite glory. We didn't win it, but also Gareth Southgate since been knighted, as well as leaving the job, of course. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it lands, where it finishes. I don't think it'll change massively, but I think that what's happened since will be reflected in the new updated production.
And seeing the set and everything and the way that is played out, I think it is just going to look incredible on the Lowry stage, because that'll be on the lyric stage, won't it?
That's right, and it's the first time it will have been seen outside of London,
Wow.
and so anyone across the north, this is your moment to come and see it. And I think I think Lowry does it well. I think the Lyric is a big canvas for shows, and shows like this were reimagined in the nation's best theatre with the best resources to make the best work possible with the best people possible, and we're kind of the next step of that. We're getting the opportunity to deliver that for our audiences at the Lowry.
And I absolutely love it. You said it's the first time it's outside of London. Gareth Southgate hasn't seen the show yet, so I feel he should get himself to Salford, with his old knighthood and come and sit in one of the comfy seats. Because I've got to say, that is something that Lowry has, not just the stage. The seats are super comfortable. So you sit there and you're like, I'm ready now for this moment to watch some wonderful productions. And I think you've totally nailed it this year, Matt.
Yes, yes, and I mean to come. I'll lay a little bit of a teaser. It's our 25th birthday, of course, for those who've been around. So there'll be some announcements coming up about how we're going to celebrate that, and I'm sure Dear England will be a big part of that celebration. But there's a few things up our sleeve, and you'll find out all. Michelle, you'll be the first to know, no doubt,
Oh,
by the end
thank
of the
you.
month.
That is music to my ears. I'm going to get my party gear at the ready, my hat, my sparkly stuff. So, yeah, as soon as you can tell us, then do. Thank you so much, Matt. I can't wait to get myself to Lowry. Actually, I feel like I live there, seeing as I was there this week. I just now need to get my diary full with all of those wonderful productions. So, it's great to hear of them.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for all your support as well.
Oh, what a plethora of amazing productions there to look forward to at Lowry. And if you want to see any of those shows, all you need to do is head to our website, ilovemanchester.com/theatre. You can book your tickets there and get more information. But right now, let's take a look at what's on at theatres across Greater Manchester this week. Well, let's stay with the Lowry because Jamie Priestley's classic thriller An Inspector Calls is still running. I saw this last week. I can tell you the set is breathtaking as well as the acting. It is a fantastic production. It is Stephen Daldry's multi-award winning National Theatre production of that play. And it's all about Inspector Gould, who arrives unexpectedly at a dinner party, which is shattered by his investigations into the death of a young woman. I can say no more. I don't want to spoil it, but what I will say is if you can catch it, really do. It has won so many awards and has thrilled more than 4 million people worldwide. They can't be wrong, and neither can I. It's actually here until Saturday, the 18th of January. Now, if drama isn't your thing and maybe you want to see some dance, then all you need to do is head over to the Opera House because we have got two classic ballets showing. We've got Swan Lake, which is going to be shown on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday this week, which is arguably the world's most popular ballet and a timeless tale. Or you can choose the Nutcracker, which is on for 1 day only, and that is Saturday, the 18th of January. There's no interval in the Nutcracker, but it is full of festive charms which will captivate audiences of all ages. And if you are wanting something to delight any audience, then you can't go wrong with Shen Yun. Now, this is live at the Palace Theatre from Thursday, the 16th of January until Sunday, the 19th of January. And it's an extraordinary journey through China's 5,000 years of divinely inspired culture. Expect exquisite beauty from the havens, profound wisdom from dynasties past, timeless legends and ethnic traditions all springing to life through dance, enchanting live orchestral music, authentic costumes, and interactive backdrops. It really is a feast for the eyes, and people have said they've never seen anything quite so beautifully choreographed in their lives. As I say, you can catch it this week from Thursday till Sunday. So many great shows to enjoy this week across our fair city, and so many fantastic productions on their way for 2025. I hope you enjoyed Spotlight on Stage. I'll be back with more theatre news, interviews, and also a What's On guide next week. I'm here every Monday, so spread the word, give us a follow, and leave us a comment. Until next week, have a great one, and I'll see you then.